meeting to order. Doug, will you lead us in the pledge of allegiance,
please? Salute, pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Roll call, please, Robin.
Councilmember Wilkes. Absent. Councilmember Squires.
Here.
Vice Mayor Arnold.
Here.
And Mayor Shepherd.
Here. Thank you. Public comment. Members of the public may address the city council on matters which are not listed on the agenda. The city council may not discuss nor take any action on any action. The city council may not discuss nor take action on any item not listed on the agenda. Please limit your comments to 3 minutes. Any public comment?
I have one.
Yes. Hello.
Hi guys. I haven't been here for a bit. I've been out of town working, but I have been paying attention. So tonight I'm attending this meeting to express my concern regarding the ongoing efforts of the city officials, the administration, and consultants to proceed with the construction of the apartment development. There appears to be a lack of responsiveness to the concerns of the local residents who largely oppose the addition of the apartments. I question why the city is prioritizing the development of these units instead of focusing on strategies to maintain local control of growth and development. Other cities in similar circumstances have taken measures to preserve local decision-making authority. However, it seems Vegas is moving in the opposite direction, working with the developer at the expense of the current residents. Furthermore, I'm concerned about the city planners pushing to approve the apartments without looking into avenues to delay. I urge the city legal counsel, I guess who's not here, to explore legal avenues to oppose the delay of this development if it conflicts with the community's interest. Members of the city council, this is our community, and the political landscape is shifting. We must stand firm and resist external pressures and mandates that do not align with the best interests of Biggs. It is important to recognize that the developer stands to benefit financially from this project, while the long-term impacts, such as the increased strain on our infrastructure, which is already in disrepair, will be felt by the current residents. I recommend that city officials consult with other cities that have successfully managed to slow growth and learn from their experiences. Instead of moving forward hastily, we should prioritize careful planning and community input. I urge the administration and the planning department to consider alternative approaches that protect our community's interests and ensure sustainable development. I also ask that the city council direct city staff to take these actions. Thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, Council, under the rules of the state of California, it's true that the council cannot respond, but staff can. And with permission, I'd like the opportunity to address the concerns that Mrs. Mattis has brought forward. At each step during the course of my communications with Ms. Mattos, I've made sure to CC the entire council so that they are aware and have visibility on the nature of those communications, the tone of those communications, and the character of those communications. And in my last correspondence with Ms. Mattos, I made it as clear as I possibly can in English language. The city, by law, its staff, has an obligation to treat all parties impartially. You have the absolute right to exert and wield whatever prejudice you choose, whatever your concerns or priorities are, you're absolutely entitled to them. But for the function of city staff and its consultants, we have an obligation under the law to behave impartially. The proponent of this development is the owner developer. He's the proponent. But he has a right, in the same way that any other owner of property in the city has, to advance the development or the changes, the alterations to seek permitting for the betterment of his or her property. We have an obligation to meet with all comers, whether they come to the front desk or whether they seek an appointment, and to facilitate, that is to say, to review and to respond to their routine requests. And a request for a building permit is routine. A request, frankly, for building plans review is routine in nature. In this case, it's been identified that this property and the proposal conforms to AB 430. There are very specific provisions in the law that allows the developer to advance consistent with that legislation. Not all staff meetings or interactions or internal communications rise to the level of public notice or even city council notice or coordination. They're routine in character. They're routine in nature. And so I would encourage all parties to understand that despite the very real legitimate concerns that you have, the city and its staff still has an obligation, particularly to fulfill the demands of the law. And so I would ask that no parties come and critique our planner or our staff for fulfilling their responsibilities consistent with the law. That is what's happened, and I've made that as clear as I possibly can.
And there are other cities in the state of California that are finding ways to gain local control, and that's all I'm saying. If you put as much time into that as you have building courts apartments.
We appreciate your input. We will fulfill our responsibilities pursuant to the laws and statutes of the state of California. That's all I have, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, moving on. Consent calendar, item 5, approval of the minutes from the past March 25th meeting and April 8th. Do you have a motion?
I'll make a motion that we approve the minutes, March 25th, 2025, and April 8th, 2025, as has been written.
Thank you. Do you have a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, motion and a second. All in favor? Opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Item 6, discussion, action item, amendment 3 to the agreement with Butte County Department of Development Services.
Mr. Mayor and Council, this, as you're aware, the city contracts with the Department of Developmental Services for a range of services. In this case, they utilize a software system and they are transitioning to a new platform. And so consequently, in the past year or more, they have discontinued the subscription services that provide technical support to the old platform. As they transition to this new platform, it's something that is going to be necessary for us to participate in, and it would be accompanied by an increase in our fee of $3,560 per month, rather per year, forgive me, for the licensing cost, for them to continue to provide the efficient services that they do for the city of Biggs. And I would respectfully request council approval of resolution number 2025-11.
Okay, any public comment? Hearing none, any questions from the council?
That, licensing fee, is that per person or is it per the office?
It's for the city. It's for our contract.
So the two people at the front desk don't have to have a license separate?
No, no,
Is that per year?
yes.
Okay, I thought I read that in there somewhere. Okay, well, if there's no other questions for Cliff, I'll entertain a motion to approve.
I'll go ahead and make a motion to approve, resolution number 2025-11, resolution of the city council of the city of Biggs approving amendment number 3 to the agreement with the Butte County Department of Development Services for planning and building services.
I'll second it. I have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Item B, discussion action item, Cal Recycle Grant and Payment Program.
Mr. Mayor and council and residents of the city of Biggs, staff respectfully request council consider and adopt resolution number 2025-12, which basically just authorizes staff to submit applications to Cal Recycle for the various grant programs that they have. We are seeking, or would like to seek a tire recycling grant amongst